Hello everyone. Today in our today class I will discuss about this chapter alternating current. Okay. So in this video I am going to discuss all this topic. First one is induced voltage developed between the ends of a coil revolving about an axis in a magnetic field, in an external magnetic field. Second one is charge sent in half cycle of AC. Third one is mean or average value of AC. And fourth one is root mean square, that means RMS, or we can say that virtual value of an AC. Okay. So first I'm talking about first one is induced voltage developed between two ends of a loop which is placed in an external magnetic field. So here I am showing this is a uniform magnetic field. Okay, this is uniform magnetic field B, and here I am placing a loop. This is our loop. And suppose initially the loop, this is the area vector of this loop. So just look at here, if this is the area vector of this loop, then initially the loop make 0-degree angle with magnetic field, right? Suppose let us assume that in a time t, let us assume that in a time t the loop rotate by theta angle. That means the loop make theta angle with magnetic field. This is the positions of the loop after time. This is area vector A, which is make, this is vector B, magnetic field, and this is theta. So that means here we assume that in the time t the area vector of this loop make theta angle with external magnetic field. So now after t time, just look at here, in this case when t equals to 0, when t equals to, this is the initial positions of this loop. So when t equals to 0, then phi flux linked with this magnetic flux linked with this loop equals to B A cos 0-degree. That means this is BA, right? After t time, this is the final positions of this loop, and after t time flux linked with this loop equals to BA cos theta. Right, so this is our after time t, this is the flux linked with this loop. So if suppose this is the rotational axis of this loop, this is the rotational axis, the loop like this and rotate along this. So this is the rotational axis, and suppose the loop is rotating along this direction. So suppose the angular velocity of this loop is omega. If the angular velocity of this loop is omega, then theta equals to omega t, right? Because this is the angular velocity, and after t time the angular displacement is theta. So we can write here BA cos omega t. Right. Now, rate of change of magnetic flux is, so now rate of change of magnetic flux, that means d phi b by dt equals to what? D phi b by dt equals to BA d dt of cos omega t. Now BA derivative of cos omega t is minus sin omega t into omega. Okay. So now minus BA omega sin omega t. So this is d phi by dt. From Faraday's law, we know that if magnetic flux linked with any loop changes, then EMF is induced inside this loop, and the value of EMF equals to, we know that, minus in d phi b by dt. Right. So now, due to this flux change, EMF equals to this minus will be plus. So in B A omega sin omega t. We can also represent this induced EMF by potential. So this is the induced potential. I am replacing this E by V symbol. Both are induced potential. So this is the induced potential inside this loop. Then this is equals to sin omega t. Now the maximum value of sin omega t, equals to 1. That means if sin omega t equals to 1, then the induced EMF inside this loop is maximum, because just this equation proves that the induced velocity inside this loop depends on theta, right? Or we can say depends on omega t. So if omega t equals to 90 degree, then sine of omega t equals to 1. That means if omega t or theta will be 90 degree, then V is maximum. Here we assume that V max by, let it be V naught. V max equals to V naught, which is equals to NBA. Now V equals to, we can write V naught sine omega t. So this is our alternating voltage which is induced inside this loop. Okay. So if, just look at here, if theta equals to 0 degree, just look at here. This is theta or omega t, and this is our V. And suppose this one will be V naught, this one will be plus V naught, and this one will be minus V naught. Okay. So now just look at here. If theta equals to, that means if theta equals to 0 degree, suppose this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree, this one 180, this one 270, this one 360 degree. Okay, now when theta equals to 0 degree, then V will also be 0. So this is 0. Now when theta equals to 90 degree, then V is maximum, which is V naught. That means this one. When theta equals to 180 degree, then again V will be 0, right? So then again it will be 0. When theta equals to 270 degree, then it will be minus 1 because sine 270 degree equals to minus 1. Okay, sine 270 degree equals to minus 1, then v will be minus v naught. So this one is minus v naught. When theta equals to 360 degree, then again it will be 0. So this is our graph and it's repeating continuously. Okay, just look at here for this loop. When the loop in this position, then flux linked with this loop is maximum, but change in flux is 0. When the loop rotates 90 degree, then change in flux is maximum. Why? Because just look at here, when the loop makes 0 degree angle with magnetic field, then flux linked with this loop is BA. When the loop rotates to 90 degree angle, then flux linked with this loop equals to 0. So that means change in flux between 0 to 90 degrees maximum, which is BA. So that means the induced EMF or induced voltage is maximum at 90 degree position, right? When the loop again rotate more 90 degree, then total angle will be 180 degree, right? So that means flux will be again BA, because cos 180 degree equals to minus 1, that means minus BA. So that means flux change equals to d phi, or we can say delta phi. Delta phi equals to BA minus of minus BA, that means 2 BA. Extremely sorry, this one will be BA 0. Why? Because flux is a scalar quantity, right? So flux equals to not negative BA, flux equals to BA when the angle will be 180 degree. Okay, and in this case the change in flux between 0 to 180 degree again 0, that means at 180 degree induced velocity is again 0. And when the angle will be 270 degree, then again flux will be 0. At 270 degree flux will be 0, because cos 270 degree equals to 0. Then the flux change between 0 to 270 degree again BA, and that's why the voltage is maximum. Okay, but the direction of voltage will changes. Okay, that means if in this case the direction of induced voltage is, just look at here, if this is a loop, then between 0 to 180 degree, if this terminal is positive and this terminal is negative, 0 to 180 degree, then between 180 degree to 360 degree, this one is negative and this one is positive. That means between 0 to 180, after 180 degree, the polarity of induced voltage will change. Okay, so now what about induced current? If the voltage is induced inside this loop, then obviously current is also induced inside this loop. So now we know that this is the form of induced voltage, right? So we know that if the resistance of this loop is R, then V by R equals to V naught sine omega t by, if we multiply both sides with R, then this one will be, what is V? V is the induced voltage at any instant t, right? So this is gives us current induced at any time or at any instant t. V naught by R into sine omega t. We can write this. So V naught by R what? When the induced voltage is maximum, then obviously induced current at that time induced current is also maximum, because V proportional to I. From Ohm's law we know that, right? So this one gives us maximum current. Here we assume that maximum current by this symbol, which is I naught sine omega t. Okay, so this is our induced equation of induced current. So just look at here. Along this direction theta, sorry, along this direction I will take time period. Okay, along this direction I will take time period. So this is the oscillation, right? So t equals to 0, t equals to t by 2, t can be capital T, next one is 3t by 2, and so on. So along this direction I will indicate both velocity and also current. And suppose this is V naught and suppose this is I naught. Because just look at here, V naught greater than I naught, right? Because we will get I naught by dividing V naught by R. So when time period equals to 0, that means t equals to 0, then sine of theta will be 0. That means I and V both will be 0. I'm just writing here V equals to V naught sine omega t, I equals to I naught sine omega t. So when t equals to 0, then both will be 0. When t equals to half, we know that omega equals to what? Angular velocity, right? So angular velocity equals to 2 pi f, or we can write 2 pi into 1 by t equals to time period. That means 2 pi by t. Okay. This is frequency. Angular velocity equals to 2 pi into frequency. So that means angular velocity equals to 2 pi by t. So just put this value. That means V naught sine 2 pi by t into small t. So when t equals to t by 2, then just look at t cancel, 2 cancel. That means sine pi. So that means when t equals to 2 by 2, then sine will be again 0. That means this one will be 0. So that means the graph is looking like this. When t equals to t, then again t cancel. That means sine of 2 pi and sine of 2 pi equals to also 0. Like this. This is minus I naught, okay, and this is minus V naught. So for V, this graph will be like this. Like this. So just look at here. Both that means both are in same phase, right? So induced voltage and induced current both are in same phase. This graph shows that both are in same